Hi everyone. Took the dog for a walk, and it looks like it's snow and sleet. And I just had planned to give you an update, and it's snowing, kind of. Coldest winter on record. Beg your pardon. If you've not seen my ugly mug before, my name is Steven J Humphrey, taking shelter under a yew tree for I suppose we're doing the Ron Paul of a regular update, and on this cold wintry night. I'm independent candidate for Bournemouth East. 150 days apparently. Something like that. Yeah. 100. Yeah. Gordon Brown has to call a general election within the next 150 days, or he's in breach of the Parliament Act and the Bill of Rights, and then we can sue the fucker for gross maladministration or something. But I'm sick of the wait. I want to get on the election campaign. I want to get out there and tell everyone that united we stand and divided we fail, and the global elites win. So whatever your views, whatever your opinions, if there's and this is probably breaching some electoral register of something or other, but you got to vote independent. You cannot vote for the establishment parties like the Tories, the Republicans, or the Democrats, or the Liberals, and I hate to say it, but even the Green Party. I just tried to send Caroline Lucas a message and to attach a video to the message, and Mozilla just crashed. And I've been having awful problems with my computer. Like, I'll be there banging away, tapping out an email, and the whole thing just locks up, freezes, no keyboard, no mouse, and I really don't know what's causing it. I've stripped out every single virus. I did a check this just now, a couple of hours ago, and it had 5,000 pieces of spyware. And every day, sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a day, I'm cleaning my PC. Because these global elites like Microsoft want to destroy our freedom of speech. I mean, I have not had an email from Tobias Ellwood, my local MP, for getting on for a year. And yet, boom, off I send him an email, along with about 150 other people, saying, did you know you're serving a house of traitors? Did you know that Gordon Brown is a war criminal? Did you know this? Did you know that? Did you know this? And passing on natural news bulletins, stuff about fascism, stuff about election. Like this time last year, I sent everyone on my Yahoo mailing list a call to arms for a general election. This time last year. And I asked for a general election in May of 2009. And as we all know, we didn't get a general election. They just blagged it, they just spun it out, they just ignored the question. And these are our elected representatives in the UK. People like Tobias Ellwood, David Cameron. And if I wasn't subscribed to their mailing list, I mean, Tobias doesn't have a mailing list, but David Cameron does, Nick Clegg does, Eric Pickles does, and there they are, recruiting for my vote, and yet they can't be bothered to respond to my emails. And so for over a year I've been calling for a general election, and I've not had satisfaction. Instead, I've got to go to court to defend my position against a sewage company. Shit! I got to defend my right to choose the company that deals with my shit. Literally. Maggie Thatcher and John Major voted on a bill, the Water Industry Act, that separates public services like water and sewage from the public scrutiny and gives it to a company like Wessex Water, who then send me a bill for £300 for dealing with my shit. Literally my shit. The stuff that I piss in the toilet, the stuff that my friends piss in the toilet. I have to pay them £300, and yet I did not have the choice in how to do, which company could deal best with my shit. And there's Tobias. This is just the latest problem that I need to resolve. This issue of consent. I do not consent to Wessex Water dealing with my sewage shit. For a start, they're based in Bristol. I live in Bournemouth, not Bristol. I want a local company to deal with my shit. I want my local MP to deal with my shit. I want David Cameron to deal with my shit. The issues that I find important, the global elites, the patsies for their global machine, are actively ignoring my concerns. And I'm sick of it. I want a general election right now. Not in 3 months, not in 5 months, but right now. Because I believe, and I've got evidence to prove it, that Gordon Brown is a war criminal. Exactly the same class of person as Idi Amin in Uganda. Exactly the same kind of person as Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe. Exactly the same kind of person as Pol Pot 30 years ago. My Prime Minister is a war criminal, and I want the opportunity in court to prove it. Now, within 5 months, I think it's June the 5th, it's the absolute latest that they can call a general election, right? Now, within the next 5 months, I'm going to get my face on the telly. I want you to get me on the telly, and I want to stand up and tell you the truth. Because I'm not bullshitting. I'm not telling fibs. I have tons and tons of evidence to prove my case that Gordon Brown is a war criminal. And I've got the paperwork at home to put it into the court process, and I'm going to court to say why people like Wessex Water and Microsoft and Baxter Chemicals and Bayer and the Rothschilds and Gordon Brown in particular should be sat there in the dock answering for their crimes. I am not a criminal. I owe some money to a water company, fine. Because it took them 14 months to tell me that I was responsible, I was liable for sewage. Right? That's a year. A year and a day, and if they don't talk to me within that year and a day, they've got no case. No case. I saw on one of the forms I got that about reclaiming expenses for a court appearance. And on that form it says 6 months. So the water company did not know that I lived in the house where I live, and it took them 13 months to find me. And I've put paid in full on the form and sent it back to them, and they sent me a red letter back saying blah blah blah. Now I want to in the final minute, I want to stand up and tell you that we need to unite, or we will fail divided. If we don't stand behind someone like me, who knows the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, right? You are going to get even more punished for just being human beings. The Iranians are going to end up getting their country blown up by the Americans. Now Yemen is at risk. If you don't buy all our lovely military toys, we're going to declare war on you. That is exactly what the American Foreign Office is saying. Right? The CIA have given them all their soldiers really posh new uniforms, and Yemen is one of the poorest countries in the world because they want to control that Red Sea, the Gulf of Egypt or whatever it's called. Because if they don't control that, the pirates can hold them to ransom. Anyway, that's part one.